everyone. Welcome back to the Wrestling Rundown.
Hashtag New Year, New Us.
Yeah.
Or New Year, New Set.
Yeah, we're changing things up. We're trying to revamp some stuff.
Yeah, but we're keeping it old school with the back wall.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the posters still work. Everyone's still relevant on the posters. We're trying some new sounds, some new looks. We're gonna be changing things up, kind of.
Format might be a little different.
Yeah, we're messing with things, but we wanted to do a quick video to not only test out some of the new stuff, but also to kind of, hey, we're coming back, so let's talk about some of the stuff that is and has happened. So we're going to do another good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there was some good stuff. There was some real bad stuff, and then there was some pretty ugly stuff. The ugly stuff is more recent than everything else.
Yeah.
So, of course, we're going to save that for last, but let's go and kick it off with some good stuff.
Women's Royal Rumble being announced.
That's some good stuff.
That's awesome. I got goosebumps when they did that. It was really cool. They had all the women from the Raw roster in the ring simultaneously. Yep. Stephanie came out. Seemed like a legitimate surprise moment.
Yeah, no.
Made the announcement, and so you got everybody's realistic reactions in the ring,
which was really and not to kind of spoil what we're going to talk about in the bad, but Paige's reaction especially because she had just come back, she was legitimately on the verge of tears because she realized that a lot of the hard work she had put in along with a lot of the other women was finally coming to fruition.
Yeah, so I mean that's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
And then the additional information added on top that it's going to be the exact same as the men's Royal Rumble
30
match.
ladies.
30
be
ladies.
In that ring.
Same rules, over the top rope to the floor to be eliminated.
And currently, as of recording this, the only main roster woman to not announce her participation in the Rumble is Alicia Fox.
Yeah.
Everyone else has officially said they are going to be in the Rumble, which puts us at about 17 or 18 people with 12 open spots. Lots of surprises. We saw Kurt Angle potentially lobbying for a legendary woman to be part of it.
Lunder Blaze.
That would be cool. Lita and Trish both kind of teasing some tweets out there.
Michelle McCool as well.
Yeah, Michelle McCool. So, yeah, awesome stuff. But also, non-WWE good stuff was Wrestle Kingdom as a whole.
Yeah.
Obviously the allure of Jericho versus Omega was kind of the focal point of...
Yeah, and it brought, the biggest wrestling audience to the Tokyo Dome in, 15 years.
They had, a little over 40,000 people at the show, which is awesome. There was, I think it was 35,000 were sold, almost right off the bat, and so they got, another 5 to 7,000. But on top of how good Jericho versus Omega was, we had Cody Rhodes versus Kota Ibushi.
Which, for me, that was the show stealer match. Those guys took it to each other. That crossroads off the apron.
That was... And, Kota taking a DDT.
Yeah.
And then you had... almost every member of the Bullet Club was in a match. We had the Bucks become the 7-time IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions.
The first time they've won it at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, by beating Roppongi 3K. Kind of a little bit of a chaotic 6-man, never open weight title gauntlet, which was a little weird. But yeah, just overall a fantastic show.
All the ones that weren't in matches on the main card were in the Rumble pre-show match, except for Hangman Page.
Yep, and I think other than Hangman Page not being on the show, my only other gripe is I think Cheeseburger should have won that Battle Royal.
He got so close.
He was final 2, and then Ketchup won, right? What was the guy's name? Did you just say Ketchup on it?
Water.
Was it Water?
Yeah.
Why did I say Ketchup?
Because you're thinking cheeseburgers.
I'm hungry. That's what it is. But yeah, with the good comes the bad. And we'll, go right into it.
Just to tie into my good story, the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Paige is rumored to be getting the Edge/Daniel Bryan treatment. This could have been on the bad or the ugly regardless beforehand because it was noted a couple weeks back at a live event, I think in Union, New Jersey.
Yeah, they're doing a 6-woman tag match.
And Paige had Sasha Banks in the corner, and was facing away from her, and I don't think was prepared to get kicked from behind, or if the timing was off. Sasha kicked her in the back. Paige went down, was immediately checked by medical staff. They called the match off.
Yeah.
She went home. Then a lot of other wrestlers were saying like, "Oh, hey, talk to Paige. She seems to be in good spirits. Wasn't as bad as we thought." Because they brought a stretcher out at the time, but she waved it off and walked out on her own accord.
Well, and we've seen her. She's been in the corner of Mandy and Sonya on Raw, keeping the Absolution group together. And,
and I'm pretty sure she might have been in a 6-woman tag since then.
I don't know about. It would have been another house show, but I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Don't quote us on that part.
But from what it sounds like, a lot of different websites and a lot of different people are all rumoring that the injury, now that like all the scans and x-rays have been done, that the injury is a little bit more severe than anticipated. So she's getting boxed into that Daniel Bryan, Edge, Christian, you're injured, or you've been injured too much and we can't it's when they become a liability. And Paige still has contract time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, and the upside is WWE and The Rock making the movie about Paige and her family.
True.
So, I mean, you're almost guaranteed she's going to be kept on in at least a non-wrestling capacity until then.
Yeah.
Because I can't see them dropping her, then releasing a movie that's about her.
Yeah, well, and I think I want to say that WWE is still going to keep her in the corner of Mandy and Sonya.
Yeah, that's the smart thing to do.
I mean, it would do absolutely nothing for Sonya and Mandy to completely take Paige out of the picture, because if it wasn't for Paige, they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And so if you lose that crux of the group, then the whole thing falls apart, and people don't really care about Mandy and Sonya.
Yeah. The other downside is, we were talking about, with all the women on the main roster being entered into the Royal Rumble, you're still not at 20 women, and this is potentially -1 woman, so still a dozen spots, even if Alicia Fox enters herself into the Rumble.
Yeah. It puts not only the Rumble in kind of a weird situation, but it's really unfortunate for Paige, especially considering how excited she was with the announcement.
And how recent she had just come back.
Yeah, she's literally...
She was gone for 17 months.
And she was back for a month before she got hurt. So, we can hope that this is just kind of a precaution before they realize, oh, no, it's cool, she can come back. But we also have to potentially deal with the idea that it is a actual thing, and Paige is done in ring.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'd really hope they let her be in the Rumble.
Yeah,
let her do that.
Let that be her last.
You're not going to be doing like tons of stuff in the Rumble. It's a lot of just punches, kicks, and then out over the ropes.
Yeah. Speaking of injuries, that's mostly what the bad situation is here on this video. Eddie Edwards had a very severe injury at the recent Impact tapings. He was in a singles match against Sami Callihan. Eddie Edwards ended up winning the match, but then was attacked by Callihan afterwards. Callihan put a chair onto Eddie, hit it with a baseball bat, but apparently it let go, and the bat ricocheted off of the chair, hit Eddie Edwards in the face, and there was a lot of blood. He was immediately taken to a hospital. Plus side is he's in good spirits. A couple of tweets from him from the hospital, first saying, thanks to everyone for checking in. I'm good. Couple of broken bones, couple cuts, and a sweet black eye. Sometimes you're the bat, sometimes you're my eye. And then he also talked about how he wasn't going to let a little baseball to the face stop him from watching the Patriots win in the playoffs. So, good to know that Eddie. Good to know that Eddie is still in good spirits. Hopefully, obviously, facial broken bones is kind of a scary situation. That takes a little bit of time. So we'll see how long he ends up missing time from in ring. But it looks like he should be okay. And we'll see Eddie Edwards back sometime later this year.
And just sticking with the injury train, we also have Samoa Joe out indefinitely, but not for a long indefinitely.
No.
And it's a toss-up. It's a fascia burst in the foot.
Yes.
Which can be healed up in as little as 2 weeks. But that's best case scenario, and if they keep him in a foot immobilizing boot and have him walk pretty much exactly only on the 1 foot using crutches.
Yeah. And this again puts it, because he is one of the more, I think he's the most recent person to announce his entry into the Royal Rumble, and so with it being 2 to 8 weeks, and currently we're about 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble, it puts him in a spot that he could potentially miss his first Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Especially because it seemed like it was going to be a big, like, precursor, a big builder to a story, because he had that promo where he's like, yeah, I'm going to be in the Rumble, and Roman Reigns is going to be the first guy.
John Cena.
John Cena. That's who was one of the big dudes.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to throw out so-and-so.
Yeah.
And that sounds like, to me, that's going to be the opener of let's start building something.
Yeah. It's potentially either just prior to or at WrestleMania, John Cena versus Samoa Joe, which I'm very interested in. I'd love to see that happen.
They trained together.
They were in OVW together. So I mean, it'd be interesting to see if they let Joe still be the reason John Cena gets eliminated from the Rumble, if he isn't actually able to be in it. Plus side for the guys is there's a lot more guys that can be in the Rumble than there are girls.
Yeah.
So as much as I'd like to see Samoa Joe be in the Rumble, it's more likely that they can fill that spot as opposed to Paige.
Yeah.
Now to the ugly.
The ugly.
This is just like, these are both really gross.
Yeah. So there, I guess, was an in-ring segment at the recent Impact tapings involving Matt Sydal and Josh Matthews. I guess maybe Josh Matthews was interviewing Matt Sydal. I don't know. He's an announcer.
Yeah. He does that.
So, but I guess they're buddy talking about this and that and the other thing, and being like, I guess Matt Sydal's helping Josh Matthews center himself and meditate and all this yada yada kind of stuff.
Interesting.
So as a gift, Josh Matthews gave Matt Sydal a mask of his spirit animal, and as a return gift, Matt Sydal gave Josh Matthews the Impact Grand Championship. Now, Sydal was currently the Grand Championship and the X Division champion.
Yeah.
And so he gave one of his belts to an announcer.
Hopefully he just gave it to him to, like, hold. Because that's stupid.
Yeah.
These are reasons why we don't watch Impact.
I mean, to be fair, if this ends up being Josh Matthews starts to wrestle,
that's a completely different situation. Cause
I'd be okay with it, and I might actually watch it, because I was rooting for him to win Tough Enough.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah, he never really got his chance in WWE.
No.
So if TNA is going to give him a shot, yeah, that's the only way that they can. I feel like it's going to be one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, he can say he's the champion, but then eventually whoever the fuck is in control there, I don't know who it is at this point, will have to say, well, if you're going to be the champion, you have to defend the championship. And so then Josh Matthews has to freak out and be like, oh, I haven't wrestled in 15 years, whatever the fuck it was. So yeah, don't be a championship commentator, because that's bullshit.
Unless they start making competitive commentary. Have a statistician at ringside that, like, tracks down who calls the most moves.
I feel like it would just always be Josh Matthews versus the Pope.
Yeah, well. Is he still there?
Yeah.
Is he still in TNA?
Yeah.
Alright.
Josh Matthews versus Hector Guerrero. And the ugly one on the WWE side, even though it has a small silver lining, Titus O'Neil got a win over The Bar.
Yeah.
By rolling up Cesaro, or Sheamus.
Sheamus.
He rolled up Sheamus. Yeah.
That was a shameful thing.
I mean, I was going to try and continue, but it didn't seem right. Yeah, I mean, the plus side is Apollo Crews got a win.
Yeah, and he was his partner.
And we got to watch Dana Brooke celebrate the win.
So, I mean...
Which is nice, but Titus has had so many options and so many times to shine, and he hasn't.
Yeah. So again, it leads me to my question: why?
Especially when that was literally just after we found out that the Bar is going to get their title rematch against Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble.
So why?
Kevin Hawk is answering. He's asking the hard-hitting question.
Yeah. Why?
Why?
That's it, though.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
That's all we got. So.
Hey, welcome back.
So hopefully.
Welcome us back.
Yeah, we are back, sort of. Yeah. So we hope this video is working out the way we want it to. The set might change a little bit if we decide to do something. We've got all these Funkos here. It's a lot going on, but we're still messing with stuff. So if you feel so inclined, let us know down below how you feel about the new set. Let us know how you feel about any of the stories we talked about. And let us know what other types of videos you'd like to see on this channel now that we're back. We'll be kind of changing up the format of the reviews, trying to shorten the videos down just a little bit, or significantly, depending on which one it is. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, Raw review, probably.
That one, probably.
Fuck Enzo.
Fuck Enzo.
I said it.